Good morning. Hope you're having a great day. Now that I've done a handful of these, I thought I'd try and up the quality of the equipment, if not the content. As you can see, I dragged out one of my microphones from the music studio, and I have a green screen on order. I've been told that the clutter background is distracting. If you feel particularly one way or another about backgrounds, throw a comment down there. Otherwise, the next video will feature bookshelves or maybe a beach at sunset, something along those lines. So anyway, enjoy this episode of It Had to Be Said. The state of the U.S. infrastructure, and by that I mean roads, bridges, railroads, is frankly frightening. Everyone agrees that we need to do something before the many small failures that we've seen ramp up and lead to a real disaster. One congresswoman held a press conference to announce her top infrastructure priority. She insisted that the first project this country needs to address is paving the rivers. I mean, who uses boats anymore? I sure don't. This way, we could forget all about those crappy bridges falling down and drive right across the rivers on that nice new strip of concrete. She further explained, we should start with the biggest river in America, the Amazon. We'll show that Jeff Bezos guy that he can't just own the best waterway in our country and get away with it. Then we go down the list. When it was pointed out that the Amazon River is A, different from the company Amazon.com, and B, a river in South America, she became a bit testy. Do you know who I am? That's not the Amazon I meant. Don't be ridiculous. We certainly would not want to make it easier for illegal immigrants to just walk across the river from South America into the United States. She also pointed out that paving the river would make it easier for Amazon, the company, to deliver packages across the river to people on the other side. I'll bet those Prime customers would be able to get their stuff before they even ordered it. So, you're welcome. Faced with skepticism over her plan and her interpretation of world geography, she clarified by pointing out, it's the same thing that city in Italy, Venice, did when they turned all those little creeks into railroads, with the train cars carrying pasta to the restaurants. Well, if Italy could do it, then the US of A certainly should be able to. Am I right? Serious concerns have been raised about the U.S. military equipment left behind in our withdrawal from Afghanistan, and how it has helped militants in the area. What has gone underreported, however, is the far greater impact from not the military hardware, but the office supplies that we left behind. According to think tank analyst Brett Brill, the insurgents are now far better organized than they've ever been before. Yeah, it used to be that their commanders would just give an hour-long inspirational speech to the troops who had no idea really what to do and would often just wander off afterwards. Now those commanders are using file folders and notebooks to collect actual data and write up plans, then index cards and whiteboards to organize those plans in a way that could be presented to frontline commandos for real results. He described as well that those thick black markers are well suited to their written script. Yeah, they can turn out instructions way faster than before, when they had to catch a goose and strip off its feathers just to make a pen. Then, Brill continued, there's the hand sanitizer. No, they're not using it as a disinfectant. Apparently, it can be combined with printer toner and those little round mint candies, all of which we left a ton of, to produce a very volatile mixture. And they're repacking toner cartridges with that crap and leaving it out for some poor schmuck office worker to find. I mean, those things cost 1 million Afghanis over there. So, of course, they grab it and take it back to the office to use. And then the first time they print a page in landscape. For some reason, it doesn't work in portrait mode. Kaboom! It's all over. Brill's face fell as he described the most serious threat. Maybe worst of all was the coffee machines. Traditional Afghan coffee took hours to brew, and it was of top quality when it was served. The whole process was laid back and calming. Now, though, with the instant and fast drip that we gifted them, they can pump up the troops with mocha-flavored caffeine fuel. Served, mind you, in the mugs that we left, that have slogans all over them. World's best dad. Sounds innocent, right? Well, hell, we had no idea that there's a dialect over there where dad means killer of infidels. Even brand names. Who knew that MIghtier fee means for the martyr? With every cup, these guys are having their most extreme fantasies boosted. Man, they are pumped. Brill explained that he thinks the only chance we have to offset all of this and make inroads in the area is to get some good old-fashioned American retail in place over there. Indeed. Let him face the soul-crushing apathy of the typical U.S. store clerk and the grinding abasement of a customer service call to your cable company to get your damn internet turned on. Then we'll see how blessed they feel. And the upside to all of that? It'll turn them from mujahideen to sheeple, just like it has all of us. Then we'll have something in common to talk with them about, how much we all hate telecom companies. A prominent federal judge rebuffed critics yesterday regarding the luxury yacht trips he's been taking for years with political megadonor Harper Crowley. Those trips are a judicial necessity. If I don't go on those trips with Harper and his crowd, how would I know how to vote on any of the court's cases? You don't expect me to figure that out myself, do you? The judge was reminded that he and Crowley had both stated that they don't discuss court cases on the trips, to which he replied, "That is correct. He and I do not discuss the cases. But Harper has a sock puppet he likes to bring out, and he and the puppet have little talks. I just eavesdrop." Asked to elucidate by one reporter, he continued, "Well, for instance, last year, he and Adolf were talking. Adolf is the name of the puppet, cute little thing with a mustache. And he said, wouldn't it be swell if the scourge of abortion were stricken from this God-fearing country? All it would take was for a court to make the right decision and remove that cursed precedent." And Adolf said, he talks in an accent for some reason, "Ja, that would be good." But Harper and I did not discuss any cases. No harm, no foul. When other justices were asked about this revelation, one of the younger ones on the court confided, "Well, I don't know about sock puppets or anything, but did you ever notice that he doesn't talk when he's on the bench? We all assumed it was because he had a funny voice." Well, he does have a funny voice, sort of a cross between Elvis and Forrest Gump. But no, it's because he doesn't have a clue about any of the cases. Except the ones that we're hearing right after he gets back from those trips. Weird. The junior justice seemed eager to dish the dirt on his fellow judge. This is off the record, right? He relies on his wife for a lot. I mean, advice on his votes, of course, but, well, for everything. One time she went away for like 3 weeks, and he was totally lost. I mean, he didn't even change clothes for the whole time. He wore his judicial robe, not sure what was under it, for the whole 3 weeks, 24/7. You know, they keep those courtrooms sort of warm, so it gets pretty ripe under there after just a couple of hours. But for 3 weeks, woof. He smiled and concluded, "But yeah, I'm fine with all of that. No need for any silly reform. I mean, you know how hard we have to work to be totally unaccountable? Bit jealous of him, actually. Love to check out that guy's Nazi memorabilia. You know those peaked caps with the eagles on them? Total babe magnets." A judge recently stated that a particular political candidate was guilty of long-standing fraud in his business dealings. He indicated that he had overvalued or undervalued his properties to his advantage. The verdict could come with a massive financial penalty or might shut down his businesses altogether. In response, his wife and children, those not incriminated along with him, have decided to seek other accommodations. The missus was seen leaving their main residence with suitcase in hand and dark storm clouds over her head. When asked by a reporter for a comment, she let loose, complaining that all of those years of putting up with his BS and now was all for nothing. Asked where she will go now, she said that she planned to find a basketball player or a rapper, someone with real money. Or maybe she would throw herself at the feet of one of those Johns. You know them. TV political comedians. Very popular. Far more than him. You know them. She noted that at least they have sense of humor and can put an entire sentence together without sounding like a drugged wombat. 2 of his children, learning that their inheritance would now not likely buy them a Honda Civic, have decided to file for divorce from their father. They explained that they never want to see the damn lying pauper again. They've indicated that they also plan to change their names to complete the separation. When asked what names they were considering, the young lady smiled devilishly and said, "I'm thinking Clinton sounds like a nice, trustworthy name." Well, that's it for this episode. Please share, subscribe, and like. And thank you to my little buddy back there for his guest appearance in a couple of the clips. And apologize for the popcorn bowl that showed up in the first half before I noticed it. As I said, next week, hopefully I'll have a green screen set up and give that a try, and you guys can let me know what you think, which way you prefer. Until then, have a good week, and